Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudiriye Nastaprayeshu Abhadrayeshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkrupatam Vande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhava Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So, welcome you all for this Srimad Bagavatam session, Canto 11, Chapter 5. So, we'll have just a recap from verse number 1. The chapter name is Narada's teaching to Vasudeva. So, where all the living entities reside in the hearts of Krishna is called Vasudeva. And Vasudeva Putra means son of Vasudeva. Vasudeva means son of Vasudeva. So here Narada Mahamuni, the great Triloka Sanchari and the saintly person, Devarshi is also called Devarshi. That means he is Rishi among all Devatas. That's why he is called a Devarshi. So he is teaching to Vasudeva. Sloka number 1. Shri Rajo Vacha Bhagavantam Harim Prayona Bhajanti Atma Vittamaha Tesham Na Shantakamanam Ka Nista Vijitatmanam. King Nimi further inquired, my dear Yogendras, all of you are most perfect in knowledge of the science of the self. Therefore, kindly explain to me the destination of those who are most part never worship the Supreme Personality of God, Hari, who are unable to quench their material desires and who are not in control of their own selves. In this 5th chapter of the 11th canto, Chamasa Rishi describes the inauspicious path of those who are unfavorable to devotional service of Lord Vishnu, and the sage Karabachana explains the Yuga Dharma Avataras, the incarnation of the Lord, who present the authorized progress of religion for each different age. So, just a few important topics of this chapter is Narada concludes his teachings to Vasudeva. In this chapter, the destination of persons who are inimical to the worship of Lord Hari, who are unable to control their own senses and who are not peaceful, is examined, along with the different names, forms and modes of worship of the personality of God in each yuga. From the face, arms, thighs and feet of the primal person Lord Vishnu are born, and in order of the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. The 4 varnas, Brahmana, and so on, and also 4 different ashramas. The members of the 4 varnas and 4 ashramas do not worship Lord Shri Hari, who is himself directly the origin of their own creation. So, as mentioned in the scriptures, also in different parts of the sections of the Puranas and Upanishads, and even in Bagavatam here also, that Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagashaya. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that these 4 varnas and ashramas, the ultimate goal of this varnashrama dharma is to please Lord Vishnu. Even Lord Shiva also says that the main, the intention or the ultimate goal of each varna and ashrama is to please Lord Vishnu, nothing else. So in this chapter, Narada Muni is trying to deliver the message that those who are inimical to the uh, supremacy of Lord Krishna has been explained in this particular chapter, that those who are fully um, uh, deep rooted with the with the sense objects, or you can, in other words, you can say, who is fully immersed in sense gratification and wants to lead a life to fulfill all his material desires. So for those persons, Hari, Krishna, will not be merciful to them, since uh, they have denied the supremacy of Lord Krishna. So in the first verse, King Nimi further incurred. This is Navayogendras also. The basic conversation is between Navayogendras and the King Nimi. So in this chapter, Chamara Rishi describes the inauspicious path of those who are unfavorable to the devotion service. As Rupa Goswami says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that Anukulyasya Krishnanusilanam Anya Abhilashita Sunyam Jnana Karma Anadhutam Anukulyana Krishnanusilanam Bhakti Uttamam. He says that we should render devotion services to Supreme Personality of Godhead favorably. But those persons, asuras, demonic mentalities, they always render devotion service ananukulyasya, unfavorably. They will be always remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They will always be they were always following Krishna, how to kill him and how to destroy his dynasty. That's what their devotion service is. Actually, it is unfavorable devotion service, which will not lead to the kingdom of Godhead. One cannot attain the mercy of the Lord. One cannot be recipient of Lord's mercy. So here King Nimi is explaining the very important point is that all you sages are very, very grateful, and you are all qualified and well versed in all Vedic scriptures. So please tell me about the persons who are unfavorable to pure devotional service or unfavorable to Krishna consciousness. And also tell me about the self, the soul. So he is requesting the Navayoga, one of the Navayogendras, that kindly explain to me the destination of those who are most part never worship, they will not worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who are unable to quench their sense material desires, and who are not in control of their own selves. Although demigods place obstacles in the path of the Lord's devotees, by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, devotees are able to place their feet on the head of this, thus pass beyond them. So when we are rendering devotion service, it should be favorable, and one should have Shraddhavan Bhajate Yoma. With faith and confidence, we should render devotion service. And one more qualification of pure devotion service, or to receive the transcendental knowledge of Lord, is to be anasuya, is to be free from all enviousness and jealousness towards Lord. These are the most two qualifications one can be able to receive the transcendental knowledge of Supreme Lord, as mentioned in ninth chapter, the most confidential knowledge. Hare Krishna.